My girlfriend always said, "You're too sensitive. Learn to take a joke." When she insulted me publicly again and again, so I started joking back about her cooking, her driving, her career. When she got upset, I said, "Too sensitive." Learned to take a joke. The day she realized she'd created a monster. I, 26, male, am sitting here wondering how the hell my relationship turned into a psychological experiment on double standards. My girlfriend Sophie, 28, and I have been together for 2 years. She's objectively attractive, works in fashion marketing, and has this whole brutally honest persona that her friends eat up. Problem is, her only goes one direction. It started small. Little digs at parties. "This is my boyfriend, Daniel. He's in accounting." I know, thrilling, right? At least he's consistent. Consistently boring. Everyone would laugh. I'd force a smile. Later, I'd tell her it bothered me. "Oh my God, you're so sensitive. It's just a joke. Learn to laugh at yourself." Then it escalated. Last month at her friend's engagement party, Daniel wanted to wear his blue shirt, but I told him it makes him look like a Best Buy employee. He still wore it. Can you believe it? Now, everyone's going to ask him where the electronics section is. 60 people left. I stood there holding my drink, feeling like an idiot in the car after. That was humiliating. "Nat, babe, you're being dramatic. It's called having a sense of humor. Maybe if you didn't take everything so personally, you'd actually be fun at parties." The pattern was always the same. She'd mock me publicly. I'd express hurt privately. She'd call me sensitive, dramatic, boring. I'd apologize for overreacting. Repeat. 3 weeks ago, she did it at my company dinner, my workplace event. Daniel is so cute. He practiced his presentation for 3 days. 3 days for a 5-minute quarterly report. I told him nobody cares about spreadsheets that much, but he insisted on being prepared. He even made note cards. My boss was there. My team was there. Everyone gave those awkward sympathy laughs. That night, I didn't say anything. I just made a decision. If jokes at your partner's expense were just having fun, then let's have some fun. Update 1. Started small. The next morning, she made breakfast. Scrambled eggs that were basically rubber. "Wow, babe, these eggs are interesting. Did you use them to practice your tennis serve first? I mean, they're so bouncy. I could probably use them as stress balls at work." She froze. "That's mean. It's just a joke, Sophie. Don't be so sensitive." She glared, but said nothing. That weekend, her friends came over for wine night. Sophie was telling them about her new campaign at work. "Oh yeah," I interjected. Sophie's Instagram campaign, the one where she spent 3 weeks choosing between 2 identical shades of beige. Revolutionary stuff. Really pushing boundaries in the beige community. Her friends looked uncomfortable. Sophie's face went red. "Daniel, that's my job you're talking about. And accounting is mine. But that's never stopped you. Come on, babe. Learn to laugh at yourself." The car ride incident was next week. She was driving us to dinner and nearly rear-ended someone while texting. At dinner with her parents, I casually mentioned, "Your daughter's driving is an adventure." Today, she almost introduced us to the car in front of us because she had to respond to a meme. Multitasking queen. Well, if you count almost causing accidents as a task. Her dad laughed nervously. Her mom looked concerned. Sophie was speechless. In the bathroom, she cornered me. "What the hell is wrong with you?" "Nothing's wrong. I'm just being funny. You know, having a personality, being fun, all those things you say I should be. This isn't funny. It's cruel. Weird because when you do it, it's hilarious." The realization started to dawn on her face. "This is about the company dinner." This is about 2 years of being your punchline, Nat. She stormed back to the table. Dinner was awkward. Her parents kept trying to make conversation while we sat in icy silence. Update 2. Sophie tried to have a serious talk that night. "You're being vindictive," she said. "I'm being hilarious," I corrected. "You just need to develop a sense of humor. This is different." "How?" Because you're doing it to hurt me." "And you were doing it to what, exactly? Express your love?" She couldn't answer that. The next few days were tense. She stopped making jokes about me, but she also stopped talking much at all. Then came Friday, her company's cocktail party. She introduced me to her boss, Evelyn, a woman she desperately wanted to impress. "This is Daniel," she said carefully. "Oh, Daniel," I said brightly. "Sophie talks about you all the time, Evelyn. She does the funniest impression of your morning meetings. Show her, babe. Do the thing where Evelyn explains synergy." Sophie went pale. That's not—" She's being modest. It's spot on. The voice, the hand gestures, everything. Had the whole apartment dying last Tuesday. Evelyn's smile tightened. Later, when her co-worker complimented her dress, I jumped in. She should look good in it. She spent 4 hours shopping for it, 4 hours for one dress. I told her, "Babe, it's not the Met Gala, but you know, Sophie, she treats every event like it's Fashion Week." The co-worker laughed uncomfortably. Sophie excused herself to the bathroom. When she came back, her eyes were red. "Happy now?" she whispered. "I'm having a great time. This is what you wanted, right? For me to be more fun at parties." The ride home was silent until she exploded. "You're ruining my reputation the same way you ruined mine at my company dinner." That was different. People know I joke around, and now they know I do too. "Congrats, babe. You got exactly what you asked for. A boyfriend who can take a joke and give it back. Isn't this fun?" She started crying. Real tears, not manipulation tears. I didn't realize what being publicly mocked hurts. That being someone's constant punchline is exhausting. That having your partner undermine you in front of people you respect feels like betrayal. She was quiet for a long moment. "I thought you knew I didn't mean it. But everyone else didn't know that. They just saw you constantly putting me down for laughs." Update 3. You'd think that conversation would have been the end of it. Nope. Sophie went nuclear. Instead of apologizing or self-reflecting, she decided I was the villain. She called her mom crying, telling her I'd humiliated her in front of her boss. Her mom called me. "Daniel, Sophie is very upset. This isn't like you. Actually, this is exactly like Sophie. I'm just matching her energy." "Did she tell you about the 2 years she spent mocking me publicly?" "She says those were just little jokes. Would you think it was funny if your husband constantly told people you were boring, or mocked your career, or made fun of how you dressed?" Silence. "Then maybe you two should consider counseling." Sophie's friend group got involved next. Her best friend Maya texted, "Hey, Sophie says you've been really mean lately." "Everything okay?" I responded, "Everything's great." Just developed a sense of humor like Sophie always wanted. Funny how she doesn't like it when the jokes go both ways, though. Maya, she's really hurt. Yeah, being the butt of jokes hurts. Who knew? Then Sophie tried to flip the script on social media. Posted this long thing about toxic relationships, and when someone you love becomes someone you don't recognize, and emotional manipulation. The comments were all supportive until I commented. Interesting perspective from someone who spent 2 years telling rooms full of people I was boring. Remember the engagement party, the company dinner, that comedy night where you literally used our relationship as a stand-up routine? She deleted the post within an hour, but the kicker came Saturday. She organized a girls' intervention brunch and accidentally included me in the group chat planning it. Maya, we need to help Sophie deal with Daniel's emotional abuse. He's becoming a different person. It's scary. Her sister. Has he always been this vindictive? Number. He used to be sweet, just boring and safe, you know? Now he's mean, boring and safe. That's what she really thought of me. I screenshot everything and send it to her with one message. Now I understand. I wasn't your boyfriend. I was your entertainment. Update 4. Sophie panicked when she realized I'd seen the group chat. That's not what I meant. Boring and safe? That's literally what you meant. I meant reliable, stable. You meant boring and safe. Someone you could mock without consequences, because I was too sensitive to fight back. She tried damage control. Showed up at my office Monday with lunch, acting sweet. My coworker Owen saw her and said, "Oh, hey, it's the comedian. Daniel told us about your tight five at the company dinner. Real funny stuff about his note cards." She turned red. I was just being hilarious, right? I said, "Owen, did I tell you about her driving?" Comedy gold. She left without saying goodbye. That night, she went full victim mode. Had her mom call me again? "You're being cruel to my daughter." I'm being exactly what she taught me to be. Two wrongs don't make a right, Daniel. You're right. That's why I'm ending this. Tell Sophie we're done. You're breaking up with her through me. No, I'll tell her myself. Just wanted you to know since you're so involved. I went home to find Sophie in my apartment. She had a key surrounded by tissues. Laptop open to apartment listings. "You can't break up with me. We live together." "No, you stay here most nights. Your name isn't on the lease. Your stuff is here. But you have your own place. I basically live here, then basically move out." She switched tactics. "I'll change. I'll stop making jokes." It's not about the jokes anymore, Nat. It's about the fact that you genuinely see me as boring and safe. A placeholder. Someone to mock for entertainment. That's not true. Your group chat says otherwise. She started ugly crying. You weren't supposed to see that. That makes it worse, not better. I love you. You love having someone stable to come home to while you play cool girl for everyone else. You love having someone safe who won't leave when you treat them like garbage. Please, Daniel, we can work through this. Work through what? The fact that you spent 2 years publicly humiliating me? Or the fact that when I gave you a taste of your own medicine, you immediately painted yourself as a victim? She grabbed her phone. I'll delete everything. I'll apologize publicly. For what? For telling everyone I'm emotionally abusive? Or for finally being honest that you think I'm boring? Final update. It's been 3 weeks since I ended things. The fallout has been educational. Sophie went through the stages. Denial. Kept texting like we hadn't broken up. Want to grab dinner? Miss you. This is silly. Come over. Anger. You're a psychopath. I wasted 2 years on you. You manipulated me. I should have listened when people said you were too boring for me. Bargaining. What if I go to therapy? I'll make a public apology. Can we just start over? I'll never joke about you again. Depression. Started posting sad quotes on Instagram. Sometimes the person you take a bullet for is the one behind the trigger. Kind of cringe. Acceptance. Just kidding. She never got there. Instead, she tried to rebrand the whole thing. Told everyone I'd suddenly become abusive and she barely escaped. Posted about surviving emotional manipulation and red flags to watch for. The red flags she listed were hilariously specific. When they can't take a joke but make cruel ones. When they embarrass you in front of your boss. When they turn your friends against you. When they make you feel crazy for having feelings. Girl was literally describing herself. Her friends bought it at first. Maya even texted me, "I hope you get help for your anger issues." I replied, "The only thing I'm angry about is wasting 2 years with someone who thought I was a joke." But the truth has a way of coming out. Her co-worker Lucas, who'd witnessed both her years of mocking me and my recent returns, reached out. "Hey man, just wanted to say I get it. She used to make fun of you constantly at work events. The boring boyfriend stuff got old. You just gave her a taste of her own medicine." He wasn't the only one who noticed. My friend Noah's girlfriend told me Sophie had tried to commiserate with her about difficult boyfriends, and she shut it down. I told her, "Sophie, you literally spent an entire dinner party making fun of Daniel's hobbies. Remember you called his gaming setup his Virgin Fortress in front of everyone?" "Oh yeah, forgot to mention that gem. The last interaction was yesterday. She sent a long email about how I broke her, and she can't trust anyone now, and she's in therapy because of my psychological warfare." I responded, "Sophie, I treated you exactly how you treated me for 2 years. The only difference is you had to experience it for 3 weeks. If 3 weeks of your own behavior broke you, imagine how I felt after 2 years. Don't contact me again." She forwarded that to her friends as proof of my cruelty. Maya actually called me. That email was harsh. Which part? The part where I pointed out the double standard, or the part where I asked to be left alone? You know what you did to her? I literally did exactly what she did to me. If it was wrong when I did it, wasn't it wrong when she did it? Long pause. That's different. Foul. She hung up. Here's what I learned. Some people genuinely believe they're entitled to treat you like garbage and expect you to smile about it. They'll call you sensitive, dramatic, boring, anything to avoid acknowledging that they're just mean. And when you mirror their behavior back to them, they'll cry abuse faster than you can say double standard. Sophie wanted a boyfriend who could take a joke. Well, she got one. Turns out, she was the one who couldn't take it. My only regret, not doing it sooner. 2 years of being someone's punchline, thinking I was too sensitive, doubting my own feelings. All because she convinced me that cruelty was comedy and boundaries were weakness. Now I'm dating someone new, Hannah. She thinks I'm funny without needing to mock me. Wild concept, right? She actually laughs with me, not at me. Last week at a party, someone asked how we met. Hannah said, "Dating app." His profile said he was an accountant who games and makes spreadsheets for fun. I thought, finally, someone honest. Her friend laughed. "Spreadsheets for fun." Hannah smiled. Right. How refreshingly weird. I love it. No punchline, no mock embarrassment, just actual affection for who I am. Sophie texted me from her friend's phone last night. "Saw you with someone new. Guess you moved on quick for someone who claimed to love me. She looks boring too." Perfect match. I didn't respond, but Hannah saw it over my shoulder and said, "Is that the ex who thought making fun of you was a personality trait?" Yeah, sad. Imagine being so insecure you have to put down a partner for laughs. Exactly. Oh, and the best part, Sophie's new boyfriend apparently broke up with her after 3 months because, wait for it, she kept making jokes about him in public, and he couldn't take a joke. Sometimes karma doesn't need any help. It just needs time. Here's the thing about learn to take a joke. It's never said during laughter. It's said to end the conversation. For 2 years, the crowd laughed while the partner shrank, because mockery feels like charisma when no one checks the punchline. But the first time the mirror held the same energy, the room went quiet. Suddenly, it wasn't banter. It was abuse. Suddenly, the comedian needed kindness. the very kindness she'd cashed in for applause. Jokes aren't neutral. They declare status. Repeated in public, they become a script everyone memorizes. Who's cool, who's boring, who exists to be the punchline. And once a relationship runs on that script, love turns into PR. Perform for the room, apologize in private, reset, repeat, until someone rewrites the scene. He didn't escalate, he equalized. A quip about eggs, a nudge about driving, a callback to career beige, the exact beats she'd used. And the moment she felt it, the lesson landed. What's just a joke when you're holding the mic is humiliation when you're under it. If 3 weeks broke her, imagine 2 years. This was Whisper Wire, where real Reddit stories come alive. If this one made you rethink sense of humor, tap like. It tells us to bring more stories where the last laugh isn't a license to wound. Subscribe and turn on notifications. The next whisper might be a boundary you needed. And tell us below, would you mirror the behavior to make the point, or leave before the encore? Where's your line between teasing and tear down? Your answers become someone else's clarity. Remember, affection without respect is just stagecraft. Laugh with the person you love. If you have to choose between the room's approval and your partner's dignity, choose your partner, or lose them to someone who will. The best punchline isn't sharper, it's kinder. Thanks for watching Whisper Wire. Stay kind, stay clear, and never let humor rewrite your self-respect. See you in the next story.